What's good, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys some more NFL action over here on Prize Picks. As we get into NFL Week 2, we're coming off a fire Thursday night video where we went 2-0, trying to build some momentum going into the weekend. We have 4 picks we're going to give you over here on Prize Picks. We personally think this is the best player prop website to use, and if you're a first-time user, they're going to match your first deposit all the way up to $100, dollar for dollar. When you use promo code UPSTATE, it helps us out a ton. It helps you guys out a ton with that deposit match. So if you're a new user, please use that code. Not only do they do NFL, they do college football, they do MMA, they do a ton of different sports, Euro sports, MLB, they do first half lines, they do fourth quarter lines, they do a ton of different things over here, as well as all the different categories to choose from. PrizePicks is one of the best apps to use if you're in the fantasy player prop space. We highly recommend coming over here. We do have a Patreon as well. Reoz, tell them about that.
$15 a month. You can find it at patreon.com/upstate. It's also going to be linked in the description below. Not only did we have a really good Thursday on the YouTube, but we also went 3-1 over on the Patreon. So with the Patreon and the YouTube, that's 5-1. An unbelievable Thursday night. If you want to, chase that 25x that Dale was talking about, signing up for the Patreon is definitely going to help you better your chances taking down a 5-pick flex. So it's going to be linked in the description. Like I said, we cover the main slate Thursday, Sunday night, Monday night. So a lot of amazing things over on the Patreon, especially with NBA right around the corner, MLB playoffs, a ton of content over there. So if you want more plays from us, it's the best place to do so. So definitely check it out.
And we're going to dive right into the picks. I have 2 picks. Riaz has 2 picks as well. Could get a little overwhelming. We're trying to make your life over here. If you want to tell these picks and try to go 4-0 and chase 10x, you can. I highly recommend mix and matching. You can get 3x over here for 2-pick powers. Like I said, over on the Patreon as well, there's a ton more plays. So if you do go ahead and sign up, there's a ton of plays to choose from. I do have a TikTok as well. If you guys are into short form content, go check out the TikTok. Getting a lot of support over there would be awesome. So I'm going to go to someone in a combo, something new that they're doing this year. They have the rush and reception combos. They have the rush yard combos. Right here is a rush yard combo. And if I can find the category, yeah, here it is. I like a running quarterback in Anthony Richardson and Dameon Pierce. I like to kind of stack these two in the same game here. The projection's at 99.5. 2 guys that didn't see the most amount of carries that we would expect. I mean, Anthony Richardson did run the ball a decent amount of times, 10 carries in that game for 40 yards. But Pierce, they were trailing in that entire game against Baltimore, which we expected. But these two face off against each other in a game where I don't expect to be very high scoring at all. It's got one of the lowest lines on the slate. I think it's at 38 or 39.5, right around there. It's went up and down a little bit, but Richardson's exciting, and anytime you get a running quarterback out there who can scramble, they're easily in a position to pick up a lot of chunk plays. So if we see 10 carries from him, I can easily see 50 to 60 yards. And with the slower pace of this game, the defensive identity of DeMeco Ryans and the Houston Texans, I do believe that they're going to slow the offense down a little bit with a rookie quarterback, 2 rookie quarterbacks in fact, and I think Stroud throwing the ball 40 plus times is not the recipe that they want. I think they want to get Pierce involved. He had a really good rookie season. I expect around 15 to 16 carries for him, and if he can break one loose, we've seen some electricity out of him last year. I think 100 yards is just too low for these 2 players. I'm going to take the more on them.
I think this is definitely a perfect matchup to take both of them. You have Anthony Richardson dealing with Jonathan Taylor not playing, being on the pub. Dion or that Johnson or whatever, who just is such a no-name, just playing so bad, fumbling the ball. And now you have Zach Moss coming back with his broken arm that he suffered in training camp. And then on the other side, Houston's going to be in a lot of game scripts where they're going to be down. And in this case, I think this game stays really close. They're going to need him to get his 22 carries that we saw all last year. So this is definitely a game where Anthony Richardson is just going to continue to do his thing. They're going to scheme up plays for him to run the ball, and then with Pierce on the other side, they're going to for some reason, if they do find the lead, they're going to want to keep that lead and kill the clock and not give it over to the Colts. So definitely love this spot for him. And I'm going to go over to a combo as well, rushing and receiving touchdowns with Keenan Allen and Gerald Everett. I think this is a really good spot for them playing against Tennessee. They have no Austin Eckler. Josh Kelly looked really good in Week 1. I mean, it was a really good 1-2 punch with Eckler and Josh Kelly, but I think with Tennessee's defense not really being able to run the ball on them, and we saw Derek Carr in the New Orleans Saints really pick apart their secondary. This is a great game where a lot of people thought Justin Herbert was going to be throwing 2, 3 touchdowns every single game. We didn't really see him do that against the Dolphins in a really high scoring game. So, in this matchup where we saw a really decent quarterback and some great wide receivers on the New Orleans side, now we have a great quarterback and a lot of weapons. I believe getting two of these guys and his number one, Keenan Allen, and then a very versatile Jared Everett tight end. I think this is a great matchup for one of them to score a touchdown. So I'm going to take the more in these two having one touchdown between the both of them, or either or.
Yeah, with the hit to the running game for the Chargers, I do believe that the game script obviously is to put the ball in Justin Herbert's hand, and I think going to his number one guy as well as someone in Everett who's had some solid performances, I think is a really solid projection here at half a touchdown. I'm going to go over to Calvin Ridley and Evan Ingram right above them in the same category to go over here on half a touchdown as well. I like these two. Obviously, Ingram had a really resurgence to his career last year. We saw games where he had almost 15 plus targets. Ridley emerges, it seems like, as the number one guy. We didn't see a really big game out of Kirk at all. It was kind of a non-factor. But I look at the game script here. I look at the highest total on the slate between these two teams, and I think they're going to be throwing the ball quite a bit. And I think there could be around 7 to 8 touchdowns left on this field. And I would definitely be surprised if Ridley and Ingram weren't one of those two guys to catch one. So that's going to be my play, my second play here, Ridley and Ingram.
Really love this play. Like you said, one of the highest game totals on this slate, with a lot of game totals being under right around 45. So obviously you don't know with the wide receivers on the other side of the ball in Kansas City. So you go over here to Jacksonville, who, like you said, Calvin Ridley looks like the number one. Evan Ingram, with the resurgence of last year, is such a matchup problem in the red zone. Absolutely love this prop. And my last guy I want to talk about is over in receiving yards with the rookie out of Baltimore, Zay Flowers. This was an unbelievable game out of him in Week 1. Him and Lamar had such a great connection. Now Mark Andrews is coming back, and I think that's why this line is still at 43.5, which I really love. I mean, he played 84% of snaps. Not only that, he had 10 targets, brought in 9 of them for 78 yards. I believe he had a touchdown as well, so the connection is really strong there. I think even though Mark Andrews is coming back, I don't think they really want to rush him back into it and cause him to get hurt again. We know the connection between Lamar and Andrews is unbelievable. It's kind of like Mahomes and Kelsey, so I think they brought in Flowers. They drafted him for a reason. They want to give him another true option in the wide receiver spot, not have to rely on the big tight end. So obviously the Bengals struggled in Week 1, but they're also known for their secondary to really give up big plays. And the speed that Flowers has is really going to give Lamar a ton of down the field options. And not only that, the speed that he has, and not only Lamar getting out of the pocket and just him finding himself to be in wide open spots, really, we really saw a great game out of him in one. I believe this line is going to skyrocket up after Week 2, so I want to take this before it goes too far up. So I'm going to take the more here on Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I mean, two teams that know each other well. I do expect the Bengals to bounce back here. And Zay Flowers coming out of BC, we know he's a speedster. I think he just opens up this offense a lot more. Odell was really, a non-factor in that game in terms of flashiness. He did give some good blocks downfield and whatnot. But Flowers, we really need to see what this offense is made of against a solid team in Cincinnati. A team that, underwhelming, like I said, in Week 1. But this game is always going to be tough until the end of time. Two division guys and two division teams, I should say. And I think it's going to be a solid one. I think we're really going to see what Baltimore's, this whole new passing scheme that they want to, develop is made of. Zay Flowers is one of my favorite picks on the board for this week, especially with the double-digit targets that he saw. Reoz kind of stole that pick right from underneath me. I like that pick so much, and that's going to be our 4 plays. We're going with 4 mores here. A lot of touchdown, plays here. The rush yard combos with a rookie quarterback, and then we're going to go to Zay Flowers and a rookie ride out here. So a lot of variables, but really good value on all of these props. Thank you for tuning into the video. Like I said, go check out the TikTok, go check out the Patreon, and be sure to drop a like on this video. We're going to be doing a Monday night video as well, so hit that subscribe button to never miss another video from us. In a couple weeks, we got NBA rolling around as well. Obviously, NBA videos every single day. Combine those with some NFL picks. We're going to be winning some money this fall. Be along for the ride. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.